My name is Eamon Mallock, and having travelled in 5 other third world countries around the world, for reasons which I don't clearly understand, I came to India in the year 2000, and what I saw has had a deep and very profound effect on me. And when I walk through leper colonies such as the one we're in now, I feel a sense of revulsion that human beings are forced to live in a type of abject destitution that's here in front of our eyes. This is the Vivekananda leper colony. There are 37 families living here. There are 15 children under 15 years of age. And you notice that the leper colony is in waste ground. It's divorced from the rest of the community. And the people living here are living in abject destitution. Namaste, namaste, namaste. You okay?
Okay.
Let me see your hand.
Yes.
Gone. The fingers are all gone. What about your toes? This is a characteristic. This is the main feature of leprosy. Fingers and toes are first affected. And I explained to you before, leprosy is a disease of the destitute. Middle-class Indians do not contact leprosy, and it's because of a poor diet and the parts of the anatomy which come into contact with filth and dirt. It's always the fingers and always the toes that suffer. And if medical remedy is not introduced, then it spreads through the hands, the feet will go, and very quickly die thereafter.
You can see on his cheek, it can be the first sign of leprosy. Lost the fingers and everything, so he's crippled, you know. Even he can't balance properly, no?
No, he can't walk. It should be explained that leprosy can be stopped dead in its tracks by an injection and a course of tablets. Yeah. Well, get the nurse in here as soon as possible and get her to examine. Yeah. Can you explain to your nurse we'll come in and examine her eye? Okay. Here, Action with Effect has provided the money to construct this block, which is 2 toilets and 1 shower. And you can see very simple water top that we in the West, all of us take for granted. It's part and parcel of every household. But here it's considered something of a luxury. But what they have here is clean drinking water. They all need and deserve to have medical care. So we introduced, this is the latest addition to our program, primary health care. Infant mortality rate is extremely high. The children that survive, and you can see the conditions yourself of them, they're suffering from malnutrition, undernourishment. If you watch the children's eyes in particular, you will see that the diet they're on is not good enough to sustain health in the body. We still need financial help from the general public to help us to continue with this most basic of humanitarian aid. Action with Effect has supplied the funding for the establishment of 12 primary schools in our campsites in India. We have over 2,000 students. And in the circumstances pertaining to India, none of these children would ever see the inside of a classroom. And I can't overemphasize the importance for these children of education, because the only hope, and it is the only hope, of escape from a life of unrelenting destitution is education. We're providing that. They get fed a nutritional meal every day, and we clothe them whenever we have the funding. They have comprehensive medical, dental and optical care. It'll not leave our care unless they go to third level education And if they can't manage that, we're going to make ourselves responsible for vocational training, that when they leave our influence, they will have a trade or a job or a business to sustain them through the rest of their lives. People are suffering. You've seen it for yourself. The camera will not lie. They're suffering day and daily. We're talking about pain, humiliation, neglect, and it's a dreadful penalty that we've imposed upon these people. In Hardwar, where we are now, there are 7 leper colonies, people living in conditions like this. Our achievements have, of course, only been made possible because of the generosity of local people, and we need that generosity to continue. While we can't feed everybody, we can, with the help of private donors, feed very many. This tiny organisation feeds 2,000 children every single day of the year, which is in itself a minor miracle. We supply food on a regular basis to 5 leper colonies. We clothe lepers whenever the money is made available to us, and we supply them with something which is quite important, which is winter blankets. We are asked continually for help, and on most occasions we can meet the demands made upon us, but not always. There are times when there is no money left in the kitty, and I'm appealing to the good people of Derry, the whole of Ireland, and indeed beyond. Every penny that we received from whatever source goes directly to the destitute in the Third World. There are no expenses taken from funding. Members of Action with Effect give of their service freely and voluntarily. If you would like to become part of Action with Effect's crusade against the dreadful poverty that your eyes have seen, then do please come forward. Or if you want to send a financial donation to Action with Effect, the details will be on the screen.